Good Monday morning, everybody. I hope you're all getting your stretchy pants and sweatpants ready for Thanksgiving. I know I am.
Oh boy.
I got my morning pants, my midday pants, and then my dessert pants. All right. Well, today my story comes from the lovely state of Missouri. Says Missouri revokes license of marijuana company at center of major recall. Missouri regulators revoked manufacturing license of Delta Extraction, which made infused THC goods that led to the recent recall of more than 60,000 products and millions of dollars in lost sales and inventory for retailers and brands. The Missouri Division of Cannabis Regulation also accused Delta Extraction of additional violations on top of the initial accusation that the company violated the rules by using out-of-state hemp-derived THCA to manufacture infused products destined for Missouri store shelves, according to the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. THCA, when heated, of course, turns to THC. The Missouri Department of Health and Senior Services said in a news release last Thursday that the license revocation would take effect on December 2nd. While Delta Extraction's use of out of state cannabis in our regulated system has been well publicized and is a critical issue, BCR also found numerous other violations of rules at this facility. This comes from Amy Moore, which is the agency's director. The DCR new allegations against Delta Extraction also include failure to comply with seed to sale tracking requirements and falsifying traceability data, failure to ensure all marijuana products from its facility were compliantly tested, and failure to properly secure marijuana products and maintain required security equipment. Market upheaval dates to August, with the DHSS recalled 62,000 edibles, vape pens, and other products that contained distillate manufactured and sold by Delta Extraction and its affiliates. Missouri regulators suspended the company's business license on August 2nd. An attorney for Delta Extraction said in a statement that the state's actions were, quote, illegal and unfounded. The issue stems from Delta using legal hemp products in its legal marijuana products. This comes from their attorney. His name is Chuck Hatfield. He cited internal state documents in which a Missouri compliance officer noted who notified supervisor that she believed the company was processing legal products. Rich Krismer, a spokesperson for Delta Extraction, I believe he is their head of marketing, did not seem to respond to MJ Biz Daily about this particular incident, but man, these are some pretty hefty allegations and definitely not one that I would want to be in a newspaper about my business. So, folks, this is Monday morning. We got some heavy topics today, but what do you think about this one? This is Carmen Sacramento coming at you live.
So they rejected their license. Do they have any recourse to try to get this back, or are they just basically screwed and SOL out of luck?
I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some kind of recourse. The lawyer's obviously involved here, so there's some kind of action being taken. They're probably going to hash it out in court somewhere and see what happens.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? People have recourse, but I think it also depends on how much exposure they have, right? And so if they've falsified documents, their recourse might be to just be like, "Okay, thank you," and scurry off, right? So I think that they're probably figuring out what their exposure is and 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 reconciling that relative to the recourse they have on paper to fight or to sue. Like every day on this show we cover somebody's new lawsuit, but those people who take to courts for equitable remedies typically need to be coming into those with clean hands, and if they don't have clean hands, I doubt they're going to want to fight too much.
Hmm.
Hmm. Yes, agreed. I agree with you on that, Yarl. I think that's what is ultimately is going to come down to, in regards with this. But you have any
You know,
comment?
And the other thing also is like, what's that fine line between civil versus criminal, right? When is falsifying records uh somebody just painting outside the lines to enrich themselves versus breaking laws that carry with them more exposure. Certainly, most people's E&O insurance doesn't cover just falsification and fraud.
I think this brings up other questions too, or at least things that are going to probably give some food for thought to several of the folks out there. Because let's be really honest, we're not naive to the fact that THCA is being sold all over the place. And what happens when you heat it up, it becomes THC. And we're all like, surprised that this is happening. Like, it's so silly to be regulating this the way that we are in the first place. I won't even go down that rabbit hole, but like, this is something that people are now losing their licenses for. It don't think it can't happen to you. Just don't think it can't happen to you. Is all I'm saying. Be careful. Make good choices for your business and yourself.
So true.